Well, Rahubat family. So this PowerPoint is just to give you just a practice of a few nouns in the Nuwaubik. And of course, as we go along, it'll get more extensive. I just try to give you small portions of information that you can digest. So number one, the first noun that we have on the list is mazbul. 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 Now there's a word before I continue that we call afe. Afe. When I ask you what is the proper afe, afe is the rhythm of the word. Like for example, you wouldn't say that mazbul the way I try to stretch it so that you would be able to grasp the phonetics. The proper rhythm is mazbul. 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 That's the proper afe. So the next word, number two, hashush. 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 The proper afe, hashush. Hashush. Okay, this one was just a throw in, number three, because like I said, words that have the letter ein, I kind of wait until you have a great familiarity with the language before I start trying to teach you the ein, but I just wanted to put it in this particular PowerPoint just to give you a familiarity of the sound as it influences certain words. So the ein letter, it actually is like a grunting sound in the back of the throat, like you're constricting the air and saying ah, 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 right? And most likely it is the hardest sound in the language, as it is in the Arabic language as well. So when we get ready to reach the point of actually pronouncing the ein, I'll most likely do a visual video, and then hopefully those who participate can actually watch what I'm doing to make the sound and figure it out in their own brains so that they can conform their brains to that particular frequency of the letter. So this is the word for hair, and it's pronounced shar, 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 right? Shar. So just try to practice that. If you have a hard time, just hit me up in the comment section and I can give you more drills that's based on the ein and as it's influencing the words, or excuse me, the letter of words in either in the front, the middle, or the end. This one is pretty easy, I think anyway, but I'm familiar with the ein, so it's not as hard for me. Number four, makui. Makui. Now notice in this word, when you hear it pronounced, you're going to say the first syllable, mak. You know, M's are hard. As I said in the previous PowerPoint, that means that the vowel A that precedes the letter M has to be hard as well. And the hard A in Nuwaubik is what? Ah, ah, as an opposite. So the first syllable says mak. But now look at this. This is what we call a four-part verb. You have a M, K, W, and the Y. Those are four consonants. Those are four consonants, right? And so this is actually the MA prefix form, which we won't get into in this video, and how you actually take verbs and put the MA prefix before it to actually make it into a thing. All right, so, but nonetheless, it created what's called a four-part verb. So now, as I explained in the previous video, whatever letter is in the center of the word must be pronounced on the left side of the word and the right. In this particular word, the K and the W must combine. Kui, makui, mak, like ku, i, makui. Try to pronounce that. If you have a problem, please hit me up in the comment sections. I'm going to actually run through this more than once so that you guys can kind of sort of get the visual and the audio at equal time. So the next word, number 5, is pretty easy. UR is always pronounced or, as in the letters OR, or, right? Forun, forun, Forun. And that's the proper afe. Forun. Forun. Forunun izu Allah. An oven is on. Ha forun izu Allah. Right? That the stove is on. Excuse me, the oven is on. So forun. Forun is pretty simple. Okay, number 6. Remember, AW, as I stated in the previous PowerPoint, is aw, as in the word flaw. Every time you see the AW put together like that, think flaw pronunciation. Aw as in flaw. And that's gnaw. Remember, the W is the center letter, so it has to be pronounced on the left side and the right. So it's gnaw, and then WUR is war, and then short AT, rat. At, like at. No warat. No warat. No warat. Let's do it again. No warat. No warat. No warat. No warat. And عندي نورة. I have a lighter. دور أي واحد عند نورة. Does anybody have a lighter? نعم. وتوا أنا عندي نورة. Or أنا عندي نورة. Okay, so the next word is number 7, and it's, remember, the F is soft, provided that it doesn't have a hard center letter to influence the A. This would be fa'or. 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 And this is a mouse like what I'm using on my computer to move the actual cursor. Fa'or. Fa'or. So that's a computer mouse. Now, this word is etanet. 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 Sometimes you will see it for spelled with the I when most people are writing, but this is the proper spelling and the proper pronunciation, as the E can take a E or a E sound. So it is also proper to say itanet. Itanet, just like in the word Iza. Iza, EZA, which means if. If you want to get on the internet, then you can. So that's etanet, etanet, or etanet. Either or is proper. What I would suggest is you can use a long E for it as an etanet, because when the E starts a word off, it takes the favor more so of its own form and name, and it's an E. So etanet. But etanet would be based on pronouncing the E as an E, which actually E inside of the language influences words to be pronounced that way, but more so like between the N and the T, where you see net, et. You wouldn't say neat unless it was an I there. It's like when it comes in the center of words, it more takes the form of E. At the beginning of words, it more takes the form of E. So etanet or etanet is both correct. I personally pronounce it etanet. So, it's your choice. Number 9, the word for phone, hatuf. Ha-tooth. Ha-tooth. Pretty simple. Hatuf. That's the afe, the proper rhythm. Hatuf. Hatuf. Number 10, the word for radio. Remember, R's are always rolled, but a single R is a light roll, as opposed to R. That's too hard. R. That's definitely too hard. R. Like that. R. So ra, D, U. Remember I told you about when the letter E and Y come after each other. Y is a Y. So E and Y come together to say E. Ra-di-u. Radiu. That's the afe, the proper rhythm. Radiu. Asmiyo ilaha radiu. I'm listening to the radio. Shino nuashil radiu kalunha. What type of radio is that? So radiu. Number 11. Remember, W's are hard, But also when you have letters like AR or AE, that is going to influence the hard letter to a point to where is the AR is going to make the sound as the letter R. And that would be warug. So remember, the center letter, especially in the R case, it has a great influence on the left and the right. Warug, 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 which is paper. Warug, warug. Amruni warugun. Pass me a paper. Amruni digwaru suta. Pass me that paper. Yakolenti maruni digwaru. Can you pass me that paper? Just to give you sentences and to see how it sounds. So number 12 is the word for shoes. It is shaw woofat. Now, when you add a AAT at the end of a word, that is actually a plural, a S, and it's a long A when it's doubled, a as in at, like in rahubat. That's shawufat, 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 shawufat. Amruni ham shawufat suta. Pass me those shoes, please. Hashawufat kalam bi habab. The shoes are by the door. Shawufat. Okay, number 13. We're gonna go with the word for sneakers, which is scoop scoobat. Scoop scoobat. Scoop scoobat. Don't ask me why it's doubled. That's just the word. That's how we say it. Some dialects of Arabic say scoop scoop, scoop scoop, or whatever. But just like slippers is shep shep or shep shebat to us, we say shep shebat. But some dialects of Arabic is shep shep. So sneakers is scoop scoop. Now the next word, of course, is influenced by the W with the hard A before it, right? Mawaju, 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 mawaju. Akhat fiha mawaju lini suta. Put this in the microwave for me. Kalan ha mawaju Allah. Is the microwave on? Astub ha mawaju min Allah. Turn the microwave off. Okay, number 16 actually. All right, this is the word for bottle. Ga boog. Ga boog. Remember, the G is hard. The G in Nuwaubik is gi. Gi, and it's hard. The gi letter is hard. And so the vowel would be hard, which a hard letter A, I'm sure you know by now, is A as an opposite. A as an option. So ga boog, gaboog, gaboog, gaboog. And that means bottle, gaboog. As you know, need the gaboog. We don't have gaboog digana rahata Allah hatarabus. Where is that bottle that I put on the table? Dorei wahed nazor ha gaboog. Did anybody see the bottle? Okay, so the next word, 17. Now, eyes are always E's, regardless to its position in the word. So just remember that as a rule. So it's going to make the sound of the letter before it. In this case, it's tilus. Tilus. Not till, tilus. 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 And that means for tilus. And I'm a daughter can show you Allah had tilus. I weighed something on the floor. Mino wadara. Genshe you Allah had tilus. Who weighs something on the floor? Shino kalana udira Allah had tilus. What was wasted on the floor? Okay, so this has a double S, right? Kas, kas, kas. If it was K-A-S, it would be kas, kas. But when you double the S, it's symbolic of putting a shadda on an Arabic letter. For those who are familiarized with the Arabic, it's kas, kas, and it means glass. And this is a drinking glass because you have glasses in like the material glass. And then you have glasses in the glass you drink out of. So this is a drinking glass, actually. So you can say, Emrunni di kas suta, pass me that glass. Or Ajnubni had kas minala hatarabus, pass me that glass off the table. Things like that. Like I'm trying to use it without saying a or one and just the word itself. Okay, so let's go to the next one. And it's similar to its original form, CUP, but you know that those are C and P in the Nuwaubik language are what's called optional letters for writing. They don't normally come with the language, the P's or B's, but there has been words that the master teacher did use with the P. For example, Nasup, which means to text somebody. Naup, which means you owe somebody, that has a P in it. But in normal cases, there's no P. There are just B's, and there are no C's. We use K, so KUB is the same as CUP in the Wapikan. That's kub. Kub means cup. Kub. And I have to di kub. I need that cup, and I was di kub. I want that cup. Here I was hakub. She wants that cup, or she wants the cup. So kub means cup. Okay, number 20, we have the word bab. 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 Now, we know that B's are hard, but some of these words are, again, Nuwaubik is an Arabic-based Creole. So some of these words, the nouns are still influenced by its previous pronunciation in order for it to be said correctly. So you pronounce that bab. It really should be spelled B-A-A-B, but it's interpreted as if it's spelled that way. And in some places, you will see the double A so that you can pretty much be prompted when you see it to pronounce the A as if it's long, because a short A is A, a long A is A. If you take a hard letter and put a double A, put a long vowel on it, you have no choice but to say it as A. So if it's B-A-A-B, it would be bab, and that's the proper spelling in Nuwaubik. B-A-B, bab is the proper spelling in Arabic, but there are grammatical marks in the Arabiya that allows you to know that that's a instead of a A. Okay, so the next word would be, remember, A-Y, I told you we pronounce it A, as in the English letter that says itself, A. So that's say, and remember, UR is or. So seyor, remember the center letter, in this case would be Y, has to be pronounced on the left side of the word and the right side of the word. So it's seyor, say, and then yor, not say or, seyor, right? And this is how we say car, seyor. If I was to say, if a person was to call me and be like, we know into Ile, where you at? Or we know into Jack, where you at? And if he has seyor, I'm in the car. And if he has seyor, I'm in the car. Okay. The next word would be balut. Remember, B's are hard. So it's going to make the A hard, which is an A sound. So that's balut, 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 balut. And the afe, or the proper rhythm, is balut, like that. People be like, sahunat fiha balut. Dishes are in the sink. Atbus has sahunat, digatha fiha balut. Watch the dishes that are in the sink. So just remember just the key rules in the pronunciation, which are basically what letter is in the middle and how it should be pronounced on the left and the right. Also, which letters are hard versus which letters are soft, so that you can be able to know the proper way to pronounce the A that precedes it. And certain letters that are combination letters like UY, IY, EY, AY, and so on and so forth. So the next noun would be number 23, and it's the word that we use for television or TV, and it's tel, fu, si, un. Tel, fu, si, un. تلفزيون. أشهد تلفزيون. أشهد تلفزيون. أشهد, I'm watching. تلفزيون. أشهد تلفزيون في هدوئي. I'm watching TV in my room. Okay, number 24. We're almost done, family. So this word, remember, it has a that precedes the R, so that'll always make the R say its name R, in English, that is. So this would be farouche, farouche, farouche. That's not ush, that's oosh, oosh, farouche. And the proper afe or rhythm is farouche, farouche. Bueno ente. Somebody said, where are you? Or if you're talking to a female, bueno ente, where are you? Ana fi farouche. I'm in bed. Ana fi farouche. Or ana fi ha farouche. I'm in the bed. Bueno hakato Allah. Where is that book? No, where's that book on? That's what I said, but that was incorrect. It's Wino ha katab. Where is the book? Wino ha, where is the katab book? Allah ha farouche. Ha katab, Allah ha farouche. Ha katab, Allah ha farouche. The book is on the bed. Okay, the last word we have is the word for chair. And again, it has a ein that is not an apostrophe in Nuwaubik or Arabic or any other language that use the ein principle. That is a ein, and it is a grunting sound. And I will be making the videos, more visual videos, so that you can actually see me pronounce it, so that it can kind of sort of make it easier. So this is arush, arush, arush. Arush. Like, you can practice going into the sound by saying ah, and then like going into it. Arush, 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 arush. It's kind of hard, but we're gonna get through it, family. So these are like 25 verbs, nouns that I wanted to share with you guys for practice purposes and reading purposes. Study the PowerPoint, and if you have any questions, just hit me up in the comment section and let me know.